Gotta love the sci-fi genre, man. You really do.
Yeah, I love
Oh,
sci-fi. You know,
it's
sci-fi
pure.
when it's good, it's great. And
Oh,
when it's
man.
bad, it can be sci-fi can be really fucking bad. But when it's like when you nail it, like, you know, Ridley Scott did with Alien and then
Yeah.
he did Blade Runner like as his next movie, like dude, back to back fucking badass sci-fi movies, that's insane.
Back to back, like pop culture changing sci-fi films is crazy.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
And they're so wildly different in tone.
You want to
It's
talk?
insane.
You want to talk about wildly different in fucking tone? Aliens, brother.
Yo, facts. You are not wrong.
Let's talk about wildly different changes in tone. Aliens is literally the polar opposite of a slow horror flick. Okay.
Yeah.
Whoever thought it was a good idea to make Alien into a fucking action movie, if you gave it to anybody else except James Cameron, I know damn well this film wouldn't have been as good.
Oh yeah. James Cameron knows how to do sequels. It's like the one thing he's good at.
But you gave it to the motherfucker behind Terminator, so you had to fucking make a good movie. All
Yeah.
right? I'm a massive fan of the Terminator flicks. James Cameron, he knows how to craft them. And damn it, he fucking he blew my mind away with Aliens. I thought Aliens was gonna be fun but dated, right?
Yeah.
I thought that Aliens was just gonna be, it's gonna be fun. We're gonna have some action, but like seven out of 10. That's what I'm thinking. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Aliens is literally, isn't it like the dawn of like the badass chick? It's literally the first
Pretty
one.
much. Yeah.
At least the first really popular one. I
Yeah.
mean, a film where you have Ellen Ripley dual wielding a flamethrower and a pulse rifle is cinema. All right?
Yeah.
You can't beat it.
Yeah, when people talk about sequels going bigger and better, Aliens is like the perfect example of that. Like it goes bigger and they just do everything that they can with the fucking idea of Alien.
I mean, first of all, let's talk about the film, the film's budget. The film, one that is damn near timeless, if not timeless. All right? With all these crazy, cool fucking prosthetics and really fucking badass shots, was $18.5 million in budget.
Mm-hmm.
Even back then, that's not the craziest amount. you know?
Yeah.
All right? Now, the original Alien had 11 mil behind it, and Ellen Ripley got paid $36K. So Sigourney Weaver got paid $36K.
Yeah.
Aliens had an $18.5 million budget, but Sigourney Weaver got paid $1 million plus an unknown percentage.
Yep. As she should.
Yeah. Oh, man. She fucking cashed in on that movie. As she should have. Because she's
Yeah.
the best fucking thing in a film that is filled with the best fucking thing. You get it? It's ridiculous. You gotta
Yeah, no,
love it.
you needed Sigourney Weaver for Aliens. I think if this movie was about a whole different cast of people and didn't have much relation or any relation to the original, it would not be anywhere near as good. But
I
because
agree.
like you go from the first movie and you have that introduction to just one alien and that whole scenario in Ripley, it's a tense claustrophobic horror film.
Yeah.
And then you go to Aliens and so you still have Ripley, she's that connective tissue from the first one. And now you have more of an emotional attachment because you know what she went through in the original. And it just makes the story like that much more impactful with Aliens. Because it's like, okay, so she's been through this before, she knows what she's talking about, and no one else really believes her. It would have been so much better than, nobody not knowing a thing coming across the alien like in the original, and then just start freaking out all of a sudden. It would have felt redundant. But
Yeah.
the fact that you have that one character that's already been through that experience in the past, and it's just like she's explaining everything and people just don't believe her.
Blowing her off, yeah.
Yeah, what did she say? Did brain cells drop when I was away?
Yeah.
Yeah. When
Yeah,
she's in
well, I
that
was in
boardroom.
hypersleep. Did IQs drop? Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, man. I don't think if I have the fucking... No, the line isn't there. It's just I have them in notes. Anyway, One thing to build off of your point is that, yeah, without Sigourney Weaver, think about it. Not only is she important in that way, but also think about the fans of the original. They're going to think this film is a blatant disrespect to Ripley because of what she went through and how she barely got out of it. Meanwhile, all these guys are big and tough and bravado, and they're killing hundreds of these aliens, you know? So it would feel like a complete misrepresentation of what the alien is. But when you add Sigourney Weaver, somebody who's there and is probably the most competent out of all of them, you know? And she's she's struggling, she's going through it, but she's also kicking ass. It doesn't feel disrespectful anymore. It doesn't feel disingenuous. It just feels like a continuation. It feels like an amplification. You know what I mean? Which is what it's meant to be. So it's all good, baby. Sigourney Weaver was essential, and as you can see, the person who argued her contract completely understand that. You know what I mean?
For real.
That's it.
And I love the way Aliens approaches everything too. It's like you mentioned before, it's like a military crew. They're all so confident and cocky, and you know, they go in guns blazing. And then so it's
breakers,
like,
man.
for them it's like no fucking problem. But then, you know, with this movie, it's not just one alien, it's a shit ton of aliens. So I love that, you know, that tonal shift of, in, you know, the first half of the movie. It's like, oh, got it. It's going to be no problem. And then by the time you get to the end, you're like, oh, we're dead.
James Cameron knows how Jesus Christ, English today. It's hard for me.
Oh, same.
James Cameron knows how to write camaraderie. He just does. And in the film, and in that scene where they all wake up from the fucking pod, it's like, okay, how do I differentiate the sergeant from everyone else? He wakes up with a cigar in his hand.
That's the funniest thing in that movie to me, bro. I love it so fucking much.
You know, it's like, once again, it's like, it's unashamedly camp, but I love it. I take it any day. It's cinema is what it is. And then fucking when they're all sitting there at the table, the android, just to make sure that people know that Bishop is an android, is like, okay, I'm going to play the knife game. And then somebody sneaks, what's that guy's name? The guy who said game over. I forget his name. Let me see. I think it's Hicks, but let me double check just to make sure. Private Hudson. Hudson.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Hicks was Michael Biehn. Cowries. Yeah. By the way, rest in peace, Bill Paxton. Dude is a legend. I don't care where you are. That guy's fucking... Not only was he hilarious, but he could play a cool action hero. I love that guy.
Yeah. Anyway. I believe he was in Twister as well.
Yeah. I gotta see that.
Yeah, he's the main guy.
I haven't seen it. I gotta see it, bro.
He's good in it.
So anyway, Private Hudson, gets his hand forced over the androids, and the android's like, just trust me, bro, trust me. And then he fucking hits all them fucking fingers. You know what I mean? Oh my God, nah, brother. After that... I'm leaving. No, y'all can dishonorably discharge me whenever you want. I'm not going nowhere with that motherfucker. Fuck that. Yeah. That's the truth. Nah, bro. Was I the only one that noticed that one of the fucking the soldiers was called Spunkmeyer? I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy.
Spunkmeyer? I don't remember that fucking name.
No, one of the sergeants yelled over at somebody. He's like, hey, Spunkmeyer, come over. You're like, what the fuck? Spunkmeyer?
That's got to be a nickname. If that's that dude's name, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, Daniel Spunkmeyer.
Bro, what the fuck?
That's fucking crazy, bro. I mean,
hey, he's got a nickname, Spunk.
You don't get to choose your last name, you know what I'm saying? So it is what it is.
Yeah.
Pobrecito.
But going back to what you were saying, I do love that reveal of Bishop being an android, because it also ties back to the original of when Ripley's like, you didn't tell me there was an android on board, and everyone's just kind of like that, like it's normal for them. It's like, I thought that was like we forgot to tell you.
And then Bishop pleads the case. Bishop pleads the case. It's like, well, I don't fucking trust you. And it's like, well, what kind of model was it? It was an old android, whatever the fuck. It's like, oh, well, that makes sense. Those were always a little twitchy. I am incapable of hurting humans. It's like, okay, well, you keep that shit on your side of the fucking boat. Yeah. No, what's crazy is that actually makes a lot of sense, because why was the android in the OG like flipping out so much when he was attacking Ellen? Like when Ripley was like, she got thrown away, the android was standing there like waiting, like calculating his next move, and I'm like, why is it taking so long? It's because he's malfunctioning. He's not supposed to be attacking people, you know? And so immediately it's not in his programming, but I guess Mother like kind of pushed him or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so he's immediately like just standing there coldly with no emotion. But it's not in his programming. And they're really strong, but they're extremely fragile. We see that in Romulus. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like you just hit him with that taser once, they're over. You bump them with like an alien bumped Andy over. And como se dice, he's just fucking fidgeting on the floor. It's just they're pretty fragile. But they're strong as shit.
Yeah. They're glass cannons.
Yep, you gotta love it. Not in the fucking Alien Isolation game. How many times you gotta headshot those motherfuckers? You know what I'm saying? Jesus Christ.
Jesus. That's not Weyland Yutani though.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
that's Seekson. That's a knockoff company. Anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So, one of the things that here's the thing, right? You always have two different cuts of this film. You have the theatrical cut and you have the regular like home release cut. I think it's like special edition or director's, I don't know, but it's a different cut. And I noticed when I watched the theatrical that they got rid of a few scenes that I genuinely liked. All right. One of the first scenes they got rid of was Ellen Ripley's daughter passing. They never mentioned it. They never showed a photo of the face. Nothing. So theatrically and probably canonically, Amanda Ripley, Ellen Ripley's daughter, is never mentioned except the video game. So my thing is, if you want to make it canon that she did die, a lot of people are saying it's a cover story, and I say go with that. You know what I mean? Just go with that. Or maybe it's not even a cover story. It's just, well, yeah, it is a cover story, but maybe the people who are relaying the information don't even know it's a cover story. You know what I mean? It's just something so embedded and classified. I wouldn't mind, because I definitely want to see an Amanda and Ellen Ripley meet up. Absolutely. If it does happen, I don't want Sigourney Weaver to play a huge role, you know what I mean? Because we definitely want to make way for new guys. But I mean, hey, more Sigourney Weaver is okay for me.
Yeah, true.
Como se dice? And once we get into the second act, I noticed that a lot was gutted from this second act. When Bishop is told to, okay, I need you to climb over to that relay so you can set up a ship so we can get the fuck out of here. A lot of the scenes where they're checking in with Bishop, be like, okay, how you doing over there? How long is it going to take? All that, they're gone. Completely stripped from the theatrical version. There's only one time where you see him dealing with the relay, and that's near the end. That's it. So I don't like that they took that out for the theatrical, but once again, it makes sense. Because, the runtime at theatrical cut is 2 hours long. And a 2 hour long theatrical cut is like a perfect even number to have more asses in seats and more show times, right? So it's perfect.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if 2 hours was a studio mandated runtime, because it's like, we don't want this to go over 2 hours, so we can have more show times, more money.
Yeah.
And so that I think that's pretty much what it was, because even if studios are hands off with a movie, and you can tell that they were kind of hands off with Aliens, there's still some stuff like that comes up where it's like the runtime needs to be this, because you don't want James Cameron to be making like a 4 hour Alien movie, and then it's like that we can't release that. 4 fucking hours.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, so Aliens, I'm gonna say, so in the second act, they also took away one of my favorite scenes that actually gets resurfaced back on Romulus in a different way, where they set up turrets. They set up turrets in these vents or whatever way. Like, okay, the aliens only have these certain ways that they can get in. We're gonna put turrets on here, so if they come by, the turrets are gonna unload. We have 1,000 rounds, and so as they barely even show the turrets like shooting and the aliens being shot. They're just looking at the gauges and like, oh my god, 50%, 40%, 30%, and then the aliens, after getting shot at for so long, they start to retreat. Because the aliens understand that, like, we have a lot of numbers, but this is obviously not working. Let's regroup and find a different way to do it, Yeah. Because the aliens are really smart. Unfortunately, they cut that out of the theatrical version. Now, I don't think the film is lesser. The theatrical film, the cut, I don't think it's, like, lesser. I don't think it's worse. I just think it's enhanced by those extra scenes. And that turret scene is a great enhancement because it shows how smart the aliens are,
Yeah. Like, the interpretation I got is, in the original Alien, that it feels smart, like it's hunting them.
Right.
And it's a a calculating killer, kind of. Like
Because it's one alien, right?
Yeah, it's not a mindless beast. It can maneuver. It kind of knows, strategies and things. And so I feel like when you take that out, in Aliens, they just feel like a hive mind, where it's like, they're not thinking individually. Whereas, in the scene that you just described with the turrets, I feel like that would show, it's like, okay, these are smart as fuck. Like, these guys, they know what they're doing.
Well, usually in a hive-minded scenario like that, they're communicating with the queen. So the queen's ordering them. Like, hey, go fucking over there and get them, right? And so that they're following orders, and then eventually they need to fall back. But yeah, I agree. It is that hive mind mentality, and it's also that kind of battlefield mentality where it's like, okay, I can sacrifice so many men on the battlefield to get from point A to point B. You know what I mean? Like, oh, push the beach. You know what I mean? It's like, we're gonna lose some guys, but we're gonna get to that position. That's what the aliens are doing. They're pushing to get to that position, but once they realize they're in there over their heads, they pull back and find a different way.
Yeah, and then when you don't have that scene and you don't show them retreating, just makes them feel like mindless creatures.
Yeah.
It's like, we're getting shot, whatever.
Which I don't like, because actually, you know what, I take back saying that it actually made the film a little lesser. I do take that back, because the theatrical cut, it just jumped, like the first time they finally see the Xenos again, it jumped to where they were falling from the ceiling, which is a really cool reveal, but you also have to think about Ellen Ripley asked for everything. She asked for vents. She asked for subway tunnels. She asked for maintenance access. No one thought of the attic. Yeah,
right.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree. The extended version is the way to watch it. It is the way to watch it because it covers all bases. It is a complete film that way.
Yeah.
The theatrical cut I actually don't prefer. Which is crazy, because usually the theatrical cut is like, okay, this is the tightest the script can get. No, they just straight up cut shit.
No, it happens a lot. That's why I feel like I tend to gravitate more towards extended cuts or director's cuts.
Right.
But then you do have some movies like The Fall Guy that came out this year had an extended cut. And I watched it, and I preferred the theatrical cut because I feel like the extended cut was too slow. Especially for the kind of movie that The Fall Guy is trying to be, like an action comedy. I think it needs to be a bit more fast-paced. The extended cut took too much time, I think.
Well, a lot of scenes that get cut out are usually, like, redundant. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, we already learned about this before. We don't need to have it, right? But this wasn't redundant. This was, like, vital information. Like, I can get cutting the Bishop scenes, sure, but actually, no, I don't, because you enjoy Bishop way more when you're checking in on him. You know what I mean? You enjoy his character more and appreciate his character more in the extended cut than you do the theatrical. In the theatrical, you literally only see him one time after he goes into the pipe, and then it's the big fight scene at the end. That's it.
Yeah. Like, damn, where'd Bishop go? And then he just shows up with the ship, and you're like, oh, okay, there he is.
You're like, I wanted to see him climbing in the pipe. I want to see more of that because, I want to see him struggle. I want to see these guys barely hang on, drag it out longer, So the extended cut is the superior version. The theatrical cut, I enjoy. It's a good film, but it's not the extended. The extended's the best. It is what it is. One thing I did want to bring out, Vasquez. Vasquez is a bad bitch, bro. The chick with the red bandana, she went hard, bro. That's it.
She was kicking ass.
She really was. The way she moved with that fucking smart gun was crazy, bro. That shot with the two Marines testing their form with the smart gun, cinema, bro. It's like, how do you think of this shit? How do you think of this shit? They got fucking formations. They're doing fucking dance routines with the smart gun. It's like, how do you think of this? You gotta love it. And then when Vasquez was running around with that smart gun, meanwhile her buddy, the guy who's ripped to shit, can barely lift the damn thing. You know? Bro looks like Josh Brolin's Cable running around with that cannon. You know what I mean? That's it. You gotta love it. It's ridiculous. So yeah, I love the aesthetic of the film. The film looks so fucking cool and original. And this was released 40 years ago. It's still timeless. It looks amazing. And that's the kind of effect you can have when you use practical effects. You know, and we're not just talking about body armor and guns here. We're talking about how the aliens look. And I think the best way to describe how the aliens look, the best scene to use, is the initial Queen reveal, bro.
It's insane.
The Queen.
She's like all strung up. It looks like something out of like a painting.
Yeah.
It's like freaky as fuck.
When the horror is so fucking scary, it becomes art.
Yeah, right. It's that lighting that they have coming up behind her, and then she's like strung up. It looks like she's strung up on the ceiling, like all over the walls. It's almost like a spider web kind of, and then she just has this lighting behind her, and it's like making God rays, and the lighting in the like big ass room, and you have this lifelike animatronic of the Queen. It all comes together, and it's so fucking cool.
I think one thing, you know what's crazy, right? Is throughout the entire film, is like they still manage to make you feel tension. Even though these Marines are cool as fuck, they start the film with having the team being completely wiped out. You know, which is crazy. I mean, they killed the sergeant, the guy that you felt the most safe with. They killed him right off the bat. Done.
Yep.
Out of here. In fact, he didn't even die. He got impregnated. That's fucked up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. That's fucked up.
Should have had the xenomorph with like a cigar in its mouth.
That's real. Reincarnation is crazy, bro. No, and that you think like, okay, these guys are badass. They're setting it up. It's gonna be a crazy cool action flick. But no, immediately they throw back that horror in you, bro. They throw back that, oh shit, there's only 5 of them left. You know, and then. And then it gets to the point where like it goes from crazy action to like, okay, there's some tension, but they're still shooting a lot. Oh, explosions, really cool. And then when it gets to the end, when Ripley descends into that hive, it goes full original Alien. It goes full, oh fuck.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
Very reminiscent of that hallway shot you were talking about.
Yes.
It has the same vibe.
Except now she's in their home. You know?
Yeah.
Oh my god, you gotta love it, brother. People have come to me in the past and said like, okay, when she finally got Newt and she threatened the alien, the Queen, with like the flamethrower, like the alien Queen was like, oh shit, I'm finna kill you, I'm gonna open the egg, and then she's like, nah. She shoots the flamethrower to like signifies like, if you fuck with me, your whole nest is dead. People said that's corny. I'm like, what do you mean that's corny? Have you seen the movie?
Yeah.
It's what the aliens do. They're smart. They understand that if you fuck with them, it's over. You know?
Yeah.
So, como se dice, throughout the entirety of both films, you've seen that the alien does not take conventional methods. The aliens do not act like zombies where they just run at you full force or whatever. No, they take precautions. They understand that they're not invincible, you know? And especially the Queen, because she's attached to these egg sacs, and she is literally the only means of production here. If she fucks around and she finds out, the whole hive goes with her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and she understands that. That's the thing. The alien is capable to comprehend that. You know. But people see Big Dumb Monster and think, oh, that's just it's corny. Shut up. It's not corny. You're just dumb. It's okay.
Yeah.
You can be dumb. It's okay.
Yeah. The aliens are smart as fuck.
So
Simple as that.
So when she initially threatens the alien, the Queen, and the Queen like kind of acknowledged it, I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? The Queen can understand that? Oh shit! Imagine being literally 10 times smaller than your opponent and being able to successfully intimidate him. I'm just saying, Jesus Christ. So of course she starts walking away. She starts pulling back. And then right before she finally gets out, one egg opens up. And I guarantee you, the Queen did not mean to open up that egg. Absolutely not. Without a shadow of a doubt, because she was almost out of the hive. She was almost out. She was just going to open it later. But that fucking egg opened up prematurely. And the Queen looked over at the egg. Like, oh shit. And then Ripley went ham. Homegirl literally dumped the whole mag in there, and then she dropped 3 grenade blasts into the egg sacs. Like, holy shit!
Just for good measure.
You know what's crazy? This is the funniest part of that. The whole planet's about to be nuked. So, like, why are you doing that? Because it looks cool. All right.
Because why the fuck not?
Yeah, that's literally what it is. Because why the fuck not? That's it. Just to be sure, right? Sure, why not? Okay,
yeah, right.
Fine.
Double tap.
Yeah. Homegirl drank a perk before walking in. That's wild.
Yeah. He was bloodthirsty that day.
That's real. No, that's fucking real, dude. Jesus Christ. Just cinema. So yeah,
Yeah.
she walks back, she's shooting aliens on the way back, and she finally gets to the elevator. Brother, you have no idea how far I leaned forward in my seat when the queen alien got up. They're like, oh, the bitch can walk? Oh, she can run. Okay. Like, I didn't expect, like, you see how skinny her fucking legs are? Like, I did not expect her to be moving like that, But, bro, the fucking queen got up and started running after him. I was like, no shot. No shot. This turned into a kaiju movie in the third act. That's crazy. Yeah.
When you know you're fucked.
Yeah, that's real, bro. Oh my god, it's crazy. So starts running, and then como se dice, Ellen Ripley gets in the elevator with Newt right before the queen gets to them, and the elevator rises up, and it's great. Okay, we're saved, no problem. And then we hear an elevator ding. What? Wait a minute.
I can just imagine the queen getting on the elevator, pressing a button.
Ellen Ripley looks down and the elevator's coming up. Like, are you fucking kidding me? No shot. Come on. Oh, man. Nah, I would have given up right then and there. It's like, oh, they can press buttons now? Fuck.
Well, I'm dead.
Yeah, that's real. It's like when the zombies know how to open doors. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that.
Yeah, right.
Fuck that. So the queen alien fucking comes up the elevator. Ellen Ripley finally gets away, but then the queen alien actually is a complete stowaway on her ship, which is crazy because how do you sneak onto a ship that's high? You know what I'm saying? I don't get it. But okay, whatever. So she gets on the ship. They have the fake out ending as every alien film should. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And once again, just another minute of utter cinema. Ellen Ripley runs away, and Newt goes underground, and the blast door closes behind Ellen Ripley, and the alien, the queen alien, comes up and tries to break the door down. She can't; it's too big. Then she starts going after Newt, and immediately when Ripley understood, oh shit, she's going after Newt. Homegirl got into the mech soup that they just foreshadowed in the beginning. She gets into the fucking mech suit. Comes out and says the baddest fucking line to ever grace that fucking silver screen. Get away from her, you bitch. Oh man, I did not know I needed a mech fight in my Alien franchise till I saw Aliens. That's the truth. You know what I mean?
Of course.
And I'm surprised they never tried to reinvent that. You know what I mean? Like all these cheap fucking Alien sequels, and they never tried to do that again. That's weird.
Yeah. It'd be too on the nose.
Oh, sure. Okay. That didn't stop the other aliens, bro. All right. Jesus. I agree. It would be too on the nose. And then the fucking ending where she gets the fucking alien completely, what's the word? The airlock, and gets the alien completely blasted out into space. It's just so. You cannot beat no matter what you do in that CGI room, in the green room, you cannot beat great set design. And that's what that shuttle is. That's what that hive is. Every single scene, every single bit of setup in this film feels so genuine, feels so real. And, man, I'm a big fan of that late 80s, early 90s camp. And while that is present here, if you don't like those flavors, you'll still enjoy this film.
Yeah.
I mean, everything about it is just charismatic. Everything about it is just beautiful to watch and rewatch. And when it wants to scare you, motherfucker, it will scare you. Case in point, Ripley and Newt in that little med bay room when that fucking when the antagonist blocked off the door and it's like, yeah, you can't get out, and I'm gonna throw 2 facehuggers in there with you. Remember, in the first Alien film, we just saw the facehugger jump on some guy's face and that's it. Then it was dead. In the second one, oh, they run now?
Yeah.
They run now.
We never saw them roam around until the second one, which is crazy.
They played on my arachnophobia hard in that movie, bro. And they did another one of those shots where they have the camera there and the alien is in the background, but you don't see it till it moves. They did that in the hive when the first Marine got killed, which, by the way, that kill was a 2-for-1. The alien pounced on the guy and then he shot his flamethrower, which burned another guy. you know? Imagine getting a 2-for-1. That's crazy.
Double kill.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. Bro got that score multiplier. So yeah, he got that one. But then you have this shot where Ellen Ripley like just tried to open the door. The door's not opening. Oh, we're fucked. We're fucked. And once that realization kicks in, there's a shot of the camera like pointing at her face, and behind her is a little bit of darkness. And then when she turns around, something pops out of that darkness, and it's the face hugger, bro. Oh my god. And then once again, there's no like lead up to the shot. It's just like, it just seems like a normal shot. And then when the fucking facehugger comes in, it's like, oh, that's why they shot it that way. You know? You gotta love it. You gotta love it. That entire sequence was fucking scary because you don't know. Alien is dark as fuck. You know what I mean? So you don't know who's gonna die, when they're gonna die. Is Ripley gonna get impregnated and then gonna have to die near the end of the film? We don't know. We don't know. Thankfully, that didn't happen, and the Marines got there in time. God, that piece of shit. What was his name? Bishop? The bad guy?
Yeah.
What a piece of shit. It wasn't Bishop. That's the fucking android. Who's the bad guy?
Yeah.
Let me see.
I know the actor's name is Paul. I don't remember the character though.
I gotta look that up really quickly because I'm looking at Paul Reiser, Carter Burke. That son of a bitch. Burke was a piece of shit this entire film, Brody. One thing I do want to mention is the lieutenant and the sergeant angle they were pulling is like the lieutenant's very inexperienced. He just came out of whatever school they put him in, very young, right? The guy who's sitting in the car giving them orders while the team is in the hive. He's very inexperienced, doesn't understand to do his job at all. And Ellen Ripley kind of had to shake him and tell him like, "What the fuck are you doing, man? Let them pull out," you know. And then Burke, the way he was talking after all those Marines died really pissed me the fuck off, which is what the movie's supposed to do. You know, Burke was saying, so everyone was throwing around ideas like, okay, I think we should throw some C2 gas in there and just smoke them out. Yeah, but we don't know if the C2 gas is going to affect them. It's like, well, I think we should just get the fuck out of here. It's like, oh, that makes sense. And then Ripley's like, I think we just nuke this entire site from orbit. It's the only way to be sure.
Yeah.
And then Burke was like, okay, hold on, Ripley, listen. This site is worth a multi-million-dollar site, okay? The bioweapons division finna go crazy over this. And Ripley's like, you think I give a shit, dude? You know?
We're about to fucking die.
Yeah. And it's like, listen, you're not even in command, all right? Hicks is in command. And Hicks is like, damn, yeah, you right. And then Burke is like, listen, Hicks doesn't know anything. He's just a grunt. No offense, none taken. Oh, man, yeah. You gotta love it. You gotta love the banter. Burke's is such a fucking asshole throughout the entire film. There's some other lines I gotta look for. Jesus Christ. Let's see here. The first alien... Sorry, Jerry, we can't do smart gunners. Oh yeah, what's hilarious is I'm gonna say he's on the way out. Drake and Vasquez, they're both the smart gunners. Immediately, I'm thinking, okay, one of them has to die because we can't have two smart gunners, you know. And I know it's not gonna be Vasquez because she's way too fucking cool. So yeah, Drake had to go. Sorry, dog. I loved him in the Shawshank Redemption though. Fuck me.
Yeah, he's hype.
Yeah, he's high. Yeah, I put down in the notes. This fucking business guy needs to shut the fuck up. This site is expensive. Fuck off, all right? We don't want to hear nothing, all right? He doesn't know anything. He's just a grunt. No offense. Yeah, fucking ridiculous. So yeah, they finally get back into the and they finally like okay, we gotta call medevac. We all need to leave. Let's go. And the fucking alien finds its way on the escape ship. And brother, that one shot where they use projection in order to get it right, where the ship is crashing in front of them and they all have to dodge it.
Yeah.
You know, I can tell it's projection now, but I tell you right now, that looks way better than what they could have tried to do with CGI. 20 years later, like early 2000s, the CGI would have looked worse than that projection. So yeah. I'm just saying, all right?
Yeah, I can only imagine how, like, sitting in a theater in 1986, that shot would have been like, holy shit.
Could you imagine? Because, like, as far as you're concerned, that actually happened in front of them.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? That's real. It's like, damn, y'all timed that? How much they getting paid? Wait a minute. That's real, dog. It's crazy shit to witness. I want to know how they got that initial shot of the ship crashing. Like,
yeah, it looks so good.
Oh, man. It's crazy. And like I said, practical will always be better. It is what it is. Practical is always better. Oh, what I loved was when Hudson was talking so much shit. It's like, it doesn't matter what we do. It doesn't matter what we plan. We're gonna fucking die. And then Ripley's like, Hudson, this little girl survived with no weapons and no training. Stop bitching. All right? The fuck is your excuse? You know what I mean? And then Newt looks
up at him. Yep.
Yeah. Newt looks over and gives him the salute.
Yeah.
He's like, you know it, dog. I'm out here. Jesus Christ. Yeah, and so one of the things I wanted to mention with Ripley's daughter's death not being in the theatrical version, it significantly takes away. It doesn't significantly take away. It just doesn't add as much. It doesn't reinforce the relationship between her and Newt. You know, the relationship's still there and it's strong because the girl's cute and she's a mother figure, sure, but it's not anywhere near as heavily implied as when you mention that Ripley's daughter is dead. So now all of a sudden she's like trying to be the mother that she never could have been. You know what I mean? So I feel like the inclusion of Ripley's daughter is way stronger of a tool to make that relationship between Ripley and Newt stronger. But it's still decently strong in the theatrical cut. It's definitely not bad in any regard. You know? I just wish they kept that. I just wish they kept that scene. That's the thing, right? It's like, God damn it, what the... money. All right, then. You know what I mean? Stupid. Whatever. So, yeah. Overall, just a great fucking movie. I'm glad that Burke got in the end. I just wish his death was more glorious. You know what I mean? It just kind of cut away.
Yeah, right.
You know? But,
soft screen.
I really don't have any negatives for this film, except like once again, like you can see some of the technical aspects like more obvious now, but that's a non-issue. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that really is a non-issue.
Yeah, no, this movie really just takes everything that the original does and makes it bigger. I mean, literally, like the entire third act is the same as the original, but bigger.
Which is crazy because a lot of people look at Alien Romulus and think that just because they made it bigger and they they added new ideas, all of a sudden it's just leaning too far on the OG films. Oh, get out of here, bro. All right, Aliens did a similar formula just without the egregious line stealing, which I think that is kind of a con, but still. I enjoyed it, so it doesn't matter, all right? That being said, Aliens, a fucking badass film, a badass sequel. They caught lightning in a bottle twice, and damn it, it was glorious. Gotta put it in S tier.
Thanks.
Now, when it comes to subjective viewpoint, some people prefer action than horror. And you know what? That's a fair criticism. Some people like the action more, but some people like horror more. And damn it, if Alien didn't leave me with my jaw dropped further than Aliens, it is what it is. Alien for me is the better film, but that is highly subjective. They are still both 10 out of 10s. Easy.